Have you ever wondered why no aquarium in the world houses a great white shark? This isn't a question most of us ponder daily, but it's an enigma that's baffled marine biologists and ocean enthusiasts alike for years. The great white shark, with its imposing size, razor-sharp teeth, and predatory prowess, is one of the ocean's most iconic and misunderstood creatures. Movies and media have painted it as a fearsome beast, yet it remains an elusive and majestic creature that we've struggled to understand fully. So why, you might ask, do we not see these magnificent creatures in aquariums? Other large marine animals, like the killer whale, have been kept in captivity for years. But despite numerous attempts, the great white remains an exception. Part of the reason lies in the mystery that shrouds these creatures. The great white shark is a creature of the open ocean, a nomadic predator that can travel thousands of miles in search of prey. Its natural behavior and requirements are challenging to replicate in a confined space, making the task of housing one in an aquarium a Herculean feat. But that's not the only reason. There are also ethical considerations, legal restrictions, and a myriad of other factors that complicate the matter. And let's not forget the numerous failed attempts in the past that ended in tragedy, further cementing the belief that these sharks are simply not meant for captivity. The absence of great white sharks in aquariums isn't just a curious fact. It's a testament to the mystery and majesty of these creatures, a reminder of how much we still have to learn about them and the vast unexplored ocean they call home. Intrigued? This is just the tip of the iceberg. The world of the great white shark is filled with fascinating facts and unanswered questions, and we're about to dive in headfirst to uncover the truth behind this captivating creature's absence from our aquariums. Stick around as we delve into the deep and uncover the reasons behind this fascinating phenomenon. To understand why great whites aren't in aquariums, we first need to understand their life in the wild. Diving into the depths of the ocean, we find the home of the great white shark. These magnificent creatures are not bound by borders. They're global nomads of the sea. From the chilly waters of the North Atlantic to the warmer currents of the Mediterranean, great whites have a vast range. They're known to undertake epic migrations, some even spanning thousands of miles. This nomadic lifestyle isn't just for leisure. Great whites are on a constant quest for food and mates, and their travels are shaped by these primal needs. They're not just aimlessly swimming around, they're on a mission. The great white's territory is immense. Some have been tracked roaming territories as large as Texas. This is not because they're territorial in the traditional sense, but because the ocean is their buffet, and they need a wide range to find enough to eat. Their diet is varied and requires a lot of hunting. Seals, sea lions, even other sharks are on the menu. But hunting in the vast ocean is not an easy task. It requires speed, power, and cunning. Great whites have evolved to be apex predators, perfectly adapted to their environment. Their bodies are streamlined for fast swimming, their senses are finely tuned for detecting prey, and their teeth, well, we all know about their teeth. Living in the wild also means dealing with competition and danger. From battling rivals for mates to avoiding larger predators, life for a great white is far from easy. But it's this very struggle that has shaped them into the formidable creatures they are today. The great white's life in the wild is a testament to the power of nature. It's a life of freedom, of constant movement, of survival against the odds. Theirs is a world that is vast and complex, full of challenges and rewards. Knowing this, can we really expect these majestic creatures to thrive in captivity? Now that we've glimpsed into their natural life, let's examine the practical challenges of keeping great whites in captivity. First and foremost, it's important to understand that these creatures require an enormous amount of space. In the wild, great whites have been known to traverse thousands of miles. They're not just swimming around aimlessly, they're hunting, exploring, and living out their natural life cycles. Asking a great white to exist in a confined space is akin to asking a bird to live in a shoebox. It's not just impractical, it's virtually impossible. Then, there's the issue of replicating natural conditions. The ocean isn't just a big pool of water, it's a complex ecosystem, teeming with various forms of life, fluctuating temperatures, and changing currents. It's a world that changes with the seasons, the tides, and even the time of day. The task of recreating such a diverse environment within the confines of an aquarium is a Herculean feat, to say the least. And let's not forget about the dietary needs of these apex predators. Great whites aren't picky eaters, but they do require a steady diet of high-quality, fresh seafood. This demand not only puts a strain on the aquarium's resources, but it also contributes to the overfishing problem that plagues our oceans. The The stress induced by confinement is another significant challenge. In the wild, these sharks are free to roam as they please, without walls or boundaries. In captivity, they're confined to a small space, and this drastic change can lead to a host of health issues, including abnormal behaviors, decreased immune function, and a shortened lifespan. Finally, there's the matter of cost. Even if an aquarium could overcome all these challenges, the financial burden of maintaining such an exhibit would be astronomical. It's a costly endeavor with little to no return on investment, making it an unwise choice for any institution. As we can see, the practicalities of confining a great white are far from simple. Beyond the practicalities, there are also ethical implications to consider when keeping great whites in captivity. The first of these ethical quandaries is the issue of lifespan. In the wild, a great white shark can live up to 70 years, but in captivity, their lifespan is drastically reduced. The longest a great white has survived in captivity is just over a year. This enormous discrepancy raises serious ethical questions about the impact of captivity on these magnificent creatures. Now let's consider their mental well-being. Sharks, like many other animals, exhibit signs of distress when their living conditions do not meet their needs. In the case of great whites, they often display symptoms akin to depression and anxiety when held in captivity. They become lethargic, refuse to eat, and even exhibit self-harming behavior. This is a clear indication that the limited confines of an aquarium cannot provide the mental stimuli that these intelligent creatures require. Furthermore, there is the broader moral issue of keeping large, highly intelligent creatures confined. Great whites are apex predators that can traverse the vast expanses of the ocean. They are used to a life of freedom, exploration, and hunting. By confining them to a small tank, we are inhibiting their natural behaviors and denying them the life they were designed to lead. This is akin to keeping a bird that is designed to fly in a small cage. Is it right to strip such magnificent creatures of their freedom for the sake of human entertainment or education? The ethical implications of keeping great white sharks in captivity are vast and complex. They go beyond the simple question of can we and delve into the more profound question of should we. It's a debate that forces us to confront our understanding and treatment of the natural world. Given these ethical dilemmas, it's clear that keeping great whites in captivity isn't just a practical issue, but a moral one too. So where does this leave us? Can we ever expect to see a great white in an aquarium? Or should we leave these magnificent creatures in the wild where they belong? This is where the future comes into play, and it's an exciting prospect. Advances in technology and our understanding of these formidable creatures might eventually make it possible to house great whites in captivity. Imagine a world where high-tech aquariums can mimic the vastness of the ocean, providing the great white with all the space it needs to roam. One potential avenue of innovation is the creation of virtual reality environments for these sharks. This could simulate the experience of hunting and migrating, essential aspects of the great white's natural behavior. This technology could potentially provide the stimulation these creatures need to thrive in a captive environment. However, there's a flip side to this coin. Even if we could technically house a great white in an aquarium, should we? The ethical implications are significant and cannot be ignored. There's a real danger that such developments could be exploited for commercial gain, potentially leading to more harm than good. The welfare of the great white should always be paramount. Any future developments in aquarium technology must prioritize the health and well-being of these animals above all else. There's also the question of what we might learn from having a great white in captivity. While it could provide unprecedented opportunities for research and education, it's essential to balance this with respect for these creatures' natural habitats and lifestyles. In the end, it's a delicate balancing act between human curiosity, scientific advancement, and respect for nature. Whether we'll ever see a great white in an aquarium remains to be seen, but one thing's for sure, these incredible creatures will continue to captivate us, whether in the wild or behind glass.